did Justin Bieber really name a song after Selena Gomez's dog and expect people not to notice? Because fans definitely noticed, and they're not letting it slide. From the way things are lining up, it doesn't look like a coincidence. People are picking up on subtle signs, emotional lyrics that sound familiar, song titles that hit a little too close to home, and release dates that seem timed just right. One song in particular is raising a lot of eyebrows. Fans think it might be Justin's quiet way of sending a message to Selena. The lyrics feel deeply personal, almost like he's echoing something she's written before. The title? It just happens to be the exact same name as Selena's dog. And the song was released during the same month as her birthday, the same year she got engaged. Even the album title feels strangely fitting. So now people are asking, was this just a clever nod to the past? Or is Justin trying to speak without saying anything out loud? Things get even more tangled when Hailey comes into the picture. She's Justin's wife, but her social media posts have been getting a lot of attention for all the wrong reasons. Instead of looking sweet or romantic, some of her captions seem almost defensive, maybe even a little pointed. It feels like she's responding to the theories going around online. That's why some fans believe Justin still hasn't let go of the past. They say he's stuck in a pattern. No matter what he puts out, somehow it always circles back to Selena. Others think he's just playing with public interest, trying to get people talking. But either way, fans have spotted something. Whenever Selena does something publicly, Justin seems to follow up with a move of his own. So now the big question is whether these moments are all just random, or if Justin is purposely dropping clues. All of this really started with one song, Daisies. On the surface, it sounds like your average love song, but anyone who follows Selena knows that Daisy isn't just a pretty name. It's the name of her dog, a pet she's been very open about. Selena's mentioned Daisy in interviews, included her in photos, and even made her part of her rare beauty brand. So when Justin drops a track called Daisies, people start to connect the dots. And the song isn't just about love, it's about waiting, missing someone, and counting the days until you see them again. One lyric says, "I'm counting the days. How many days till I can see you again?" That hit a nerve. It made people pause. Out of all the names and titles Justin could have chosen, why that one? And why now? Sure, it could just be a coincidence. Maybe he liked the sound of it. But when you look at the full picture, the lyrics, the mood of the album, the timing, it doesn't seem like a random pick. The entire album feels heavy with emotion, like it's filled with memories and distance. So using the name of Selena's dog for a song about longing, that doesn't feel accidental. Fans picked up on it right away. As soon as the track list dropped, theories started pouring in online. People started sharing clips, comparing the lyrics to Selena's older songs, and pointing out the eerie timing. Some began to wonder if Justin was using music to reach out, almost like he's speaking to Selena without saying her name. And honestly, if that wasn't the plan, it's one of the most oddly timed songs in pop culture. The lyrics don't feel like they're about flowers or nature. They feel like they're about someone still on his mind. And if the song were meant for Hailey, the name Daisies doesn't really make any sense. There's no known connection between her and that name. But with Selena, it fits perfectly. And the next track on the album only makes it more obvious. The following song, Zuma House, starts off with some pretty emotional lines. "If I fall, would you catch me? If I let you down, would you forgive me?" That sounds deeply personal. Now here's the twist. Selena recently released a song called Scared of Loving You. It opens with, "If I broke your heart, would you take me back? If I broke my arm, would you sign my cast?" At first glance, they're just two songs with emotional lyrics. But when you compare them side by side, it's hard not to see the connection. Both songs begin with vulnerable questions. Both sound like the kind of things you say when you still have feelings you're not ready to admit. It's like these songs are pieces of a conversation, one that never happened in real life, but is now happening through music. Even fans who don't usually overanalyze music are picking up on this. When people played both songs back to back on TikTok, the similarities were clear. These aren't lyrics you toss into a generic love song. They feel more like the things you think about when you're up late, missing someone you never got real closure with. It's hard to believe they're just random lines. They feel directed, they feel personal. Then there's the timing, something fans are paying close attention to. Justin didn't just drop this album on a random date. It came out right around Selena's birthday. And while album release dates are often planned months ahead by record labels, this isn't the first time Justin's music has landed around an important moment in Selena's life. That pattern is what's making fans side-eye the whole situation. There's also a lyric in one of the songs that goes, "Yeah, it's your birthday, you're in first place." At first, it sounds like a simple birthday shout-out, but given everything else, the timing, the themes, the tone, it feels like more. It doesn't sound like he's writing a song to party. It sounds like he's remembering something personal. And again, if this line were meant for Hailey, it's a strange choice. We've never seen Justin write lyrics like this about her, not even in the early days of their marriage. So that brings us back to the same question. If it's not about Hailey, who is it about? And this isn't the first time something like this has happened. Fans remember when Selena released her emotional documentary. Right after that, Justin posted cryptic lyrics that had people guessing. Then, when she made her big musical comeback, he followed up with tracks about faith, heartbreak, and growing from past mistakes. And now again, around her birthday, he releases an album filled with songs that feel reflective and full of longing. It's no surprise fans were ready this time. They were watching closely, and what they saw made them believe even more that this isn't just in their imagination. Justin's new music doesn't sound like someone fully at peace. It sounds like someone looking back on something he still hasn't fully let go of. The emotional lyrics, the way they seem to match Selena's past work, the timing of the releases, all of it has fans wondering if he's using music to say what he can't say out loud. Whether it's on purpose or not, it's hard to deny the signs that keep popping up. Then there's the album title. Just one word: swag. At first, it seems like Justin's just bringing back the vibe from his early fame, especially around the 2000s and 10s when he used that word all the time. Back then, it was part of his whole identity. He had the hoodie look, the swoopy hairstyle, and he couldn't do an interview without saying swaggy at least once. But to fans who've been watching his story closely, that word hits differently. It's not just about fashion or confidence anymore. It brings people back to a very specific point in his life, when he was at the top of his game and when he and Selena Gomez were inseparable. The 2011 to 2012 period wasn't just big for his career, it was when their relationship was everywhere. From red carpet events to beach trips and paparazzi shots, those were the swag days. So when Justin suddenly revives that word after avoiding it for so long, fans can't help but wonder why he chose to use it now. And it's not just about the word itself. Look closely at swag. Some fans noticed it includes the letters SNG, which match Selena's initials. Maybe that's reaching, maybe not. But when you combine that with all the other things, song titles that seem connected to Selena, lyrics that sound personal, and a drop date near her birthday, it really doesn't feel like an accident. The theory started gaining ground fast, especially on Reddit and TikTok, where people broke it down piece by piece. It started to seem like this album might not be about rebranding or reliving his old image. Maybe it's about someone he's never fully moved on from, someone whose influence keeps finding its way into his music. There's something else that made fans talk: the album visuals. Most of the photos show Justin and Hailey as a couple. They're styled, soft, romantic, almost like a photo spread you'd see in a magazine. At first, it seems like Justin is finally putting his current relationship front and center. But when fans compared it to something Selena did recently, it got even more interesting. Just a few months earlier, Selena had released a project with Benny Blanco, her then fiancé, and it was full of sweet, cozy, couple-themed content. The vibe was very similar, so it raised a new question. Was Justin inspired by Selena's rollout, or was he trying to send a message by matching her energy? Then came the photo that really made people take a second look. In one promo shot, Hailey is looking at Justin with clear affection. But Justin? He's not looking back. His gaze is off in the distance, face unreadable, almost like he's physically there but mentally somewhere else. On its own, that could mean anything. But when you add it to everything else, especially the lyrics, it starts to feel heavier. Take his song, Walking Away, for example. He sings, "Girl, we better stop before we say something. We've been testing our patience. I think we're better off taking a break and remembering what grace is." Then later in the song, he adds, "Baby, I ain't walking away. You were my diamond, gave you a ring, I made you a promise, I told you I'd change." Those words don't come across as someone bragging about their love life. They feel more like someone looking back with sadness, maybe even guilt. It sounds like he's talking to someone from the past, not celebrating his present. There's more of that tone in another track called Too Long. In it, he says, "I've been waiting too long. You keep stroking my ego." The mood here isn't joyful or romantic. It's tense and conflicted. It doesn't feel like a song about comfort. It sounds like it's coming from a place of mixed feelings, maybe frustration, maybe confusion. And again, it adds to the feeling that this album isn't just a love letter to his wife,